It's not my child, and I'm done believing your lies.
I think I didn't do anything wrong, just reconnected with someone who actually understood me while my husband and I were working on our marriage. Now I'm 7 months pregnant, and my husband just handed me paternity test results in front of our marriage counselor, along with divorce papers that list every lie I've told. The baby isn't his, and somehow everyone thinks I'm the villain when I was just trying to find happiness. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible stories. Let me explain how we got here, because nobody seems to understand my side. 6 months ago, Nathan and I started marriage counseling with Dr. Chen. We'd been married 6 years and had a 4-year-old daughter named Sophie. Nathan is a high school teacher, and after his mother Diana got sick last year, he became distant. I felt abandoned. I'm a dental hygienist, and I spend all day making other people comfortable while nobody cared about my comfort. That's when Carter Breeze sent me a friend request. Carter was my high school crush, the guy who never noticed me back then. Now he was a fitness instructor with perfect arms and a smile that made me feel 17 again. We started messaging, just friendly at first. Then he said I was beautiful. Then we met for coffee. I was already 2 months pregnant with Nathan's baby when Carter and I started meeting regularly. We'd tried for this pregnancy. Nathan cried when I told him. He painted the nursery himself. But Carter made me feel alive. We'd meet at his gym after hours. He'd text me during the day. I told myself it was just emotional support. Then it became more. I told Carter that Nathan and I were separated, that we only did counseling for Sophie's sake. The affair lasted 4 months. Carter never knew the real timeline of my pregnancy. I let him think the glow he complimented was just me, not a baby that wasn't his. In counseling, I'd smile and tell Dr. Chen we were making progress. Nathan grew quieter each session. At home, he'd stand in the nursery he'd prepared, just staring at the walls. My sister Rachel started asking questions. Why was I at the gym so much while 7 months pregnant? Why did my coworker see me with a man who wasn't Nathan? I told my parents Rachel was jealous. My mother Grace hugged me and said pregnancy made everyone emotional. Then Nathan scheduled an individual session with Dr. Chen without telling me. When she called for an emergency joint session, her voice was cold. Nathan arrived with a folder. He'd hired a private investigator. Inside were photos of me and Carter at restaurants, in his car, at the gym. Timestamps showing I was with Carter during appointments I'd claimed were medical. I cried. I said Carter was just a friend helping me stay active. Nathan produced phone records, showing thousands of deleted messages. Then he said the words that made my blood freeze. He wanted a prenatal paternity test. I called him insane. I said the stress would harm the baby. I walked out. At home, Nathan had moved to the spare room. His mother was watching Sophie. I demanded she leave. She said Nathan needed support. I called my parents sobbing. The next day, Nathan's attorney James arrived with court documents. Legal separation, emergency custody evaluation, subpoena for my medical records. I moved to my parents' house. I told them Nathan was having a breakdown, making crazy accusations. Then Rachel showed up with my medical records. They showed conception occurred during a week Nathan was at a teaching conference 3 states away. I said doctors make mistakes. Rachel asked me directly if Carter was the father. I screamed that everyone was against me. My mother asked Rachel to leave, but my father sat down and asked for the truth. I admitted Carter and I were close, that I felt abandoned, but I swore the baby was Nathan's. At work, HR called me in. Co-workers reported me using work computers to message Carter during office hours. Nathan's attorney compiled everything: geolocation data matching Carter's locations, medical conception dates, and texts where I called the baby hours to Carter. The judge ordered prenatal paternity testing. Carter was subpoenaed for a DNA sample. He looked terrified in that waiting room. Results came in 5 days. Carter was the father with 99.9% certainty. Nathan was excluded. I claimed the test was wrong. The judge ordered a second test from a different lab. Same results. In court, Carter admitted the affair, but said I'd told him I was separated. He said he never wanted to be a father and requested to terminate parental rights. The judge granted it. Nathan got full custody of Sophie immediately. I got supervised visitation pending psychological evaluation. The judge saw evidence I'd spent $12,000 in marital funds on gifts for Carter, dinners, a gym membership, hotels. Dr. Chen testified about my pattern of lies and manipulation in counseling. My sister Rachel took the stand and described a lifetime of my blame-shifting and deception. My parents sat in that courtroom watching everything fall apart. My mother cried. My father looked destroyed. The final hearing came when I was 8 months pregnant. The judge dissolved our marriage. Nathan got full custody of Sophie, with me receiving 1 supervised afternoon per week. Nathan got our apartment and car. I owed him $12,000 plus child support for Sophie. The judge said that while Nathan had no obligation to my unborn child, I'd need to establish paternity with Carter for support, but Carter's attorney had already filed to terminate his rights. I was ordered to complete 50 hours of therapy before unsupervised visits with Sophie. Outside court, my parents approached Nathan with Sophie. My mother apologized to him. My father shook his hand. They told me I needed help and they'd support Nathan's custody arrangement. Rachel wouldn't even look at me. Nathan told me supervised visits started Saturday at 9. He said he hoped I'd get help, but Sophie's stability was his only priority. He said he'd wasted 6 years believing my lies, but wouldn't waste another day. I watched him walk away with our daughter. Sophie held his hand tightly and didn't look back. The baby moved inside me. Carter wants nothing to do with us. My parents chose Nathan. My sister won't speak to me. I have no home, no family support, no partner. I sit alone in a studio apartment my parents are paying for until I find cheaper housing. I think about how none of this would have happened if Nathan had just paid more attention to me after his mother got sick. If Carter had been honest about his feelings. If everyone had just understood that I fell in love and couldn't help it. My first supervised visit with Sophie is tomorrow. I'll see my daughter for 3 hours in a room with a court monitor, watching everything I say and do. I still don't understand why I'm the villain. I was just trying to be happy. I was just trying to feel loved. Why doesn't anyone see that I was suffering too? The baby kicks again. In 4 weeks, I'll give birth alone. No partner in the delivery room. No family waiting to meet the baby. No husband holding my hand. I look at my phone. No messages. No missed calls. Just a reminder about my therapy appointment and the supervised visitation schedule. I tell myself that someday everyone will understand. Someday they'll see I wasn't the monster they made me out to be. Someday this baby will know I love them even when nobody else did. But deep down, in a place I refuse to look at directly, I know the truth. The problem was never Nathan's distance, or Carter's lies, or my family's judgment. The problem was always me, and I still can't admit it. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next story. Write in the comments from which city you are watching.